Good evening, everyone. Myself Deepika, studying second MBBS. Today, our topic of discussion is medial side of thigh. So, we are going to have a look at the muscles, blood supply, and the nerve supply of medial side of thigh. Firstly, thigh has three compartments: anterior, medial, and posterior. Anterior and the medial are separated by medial intermuscular septum. Medial and posterior are separated by posterior intermuscular septum. Anterior and the posterior are separated by the lateral intermuscular septum. So today our topic of discussion is going to be the medial side of thigh. So that is what is given here in the form of flowchart. Anterior is also called extensor compartment. Medial is also called adductor and the posterior is also called flexor. These names are according to the function they do. So coming to the medial compartment, it has 6 muscles. They are gracilis, pectineus, adductor longus, adductor brevis, adductor magnus, and obturator externus. And the chief nerve of the medial compartment is obturator nerve. We will discuss this in subsequent sections. So before getting into the muscles, let's just quickly revise the parts of bones. So this is pelvic bone. It has ilium, ischium, and pubis. And coming to pubis, pubis has superior ramus, body, and inferior ramus. And ischium has ischial ramus, and here it has ischial tuberosity. Pelvic bone holds a foramina called obturator foramina, which has a canal called obturator canal through which the obturator nerve will pass. Now coming to the femur, I mainly need your attention on linea aspera and gluteal tuberosity because few muscles attach here. Now coming to the muscles, all the muscles will form the floor of femoral triangle. So first thing, gracilis origin. See here, this is the inferior rami of pubis and this is the ramus of ischium. So it arises from the inferior ramus of the pubis and the ramus of the ischium. It runs laterally downward to get inserted on the upper part of the shaft of the tibia. And one more thing, it is the only muscle which will not get attached on femur. Coming to the action, these are the muscles of adductor compartment. So the main action would be adduction. So it will help in adduction of thigh at hip joint and also flexion of leg at knee joint. So the innervation is obturator nerve. Coming to the next muscle, adductor longus. So adductor longus, it originates from the body of the pubis, has a tendon. It runs laterally downward to get inserted on the, see this is a femur bone, on the posterior aspect of middle 1/3 of linea aspera. Has I shown you the linea aspera? Okay. Coming to the action, all the muscles will help in the adduction of thigh at hip joint. Coming to the innervation, of course, obturator nerve. And one more thing you need to know about the adductor longus is in horse riders, due to the friction against the horse back, it will lead to the calcification in the tendon of adductor longus. So these bones are called sesamoid bone. So adductor longus is called rider's bone. This is about adductor longus. And coming to adductor brevis, it originates from the body of the pubis and the inferior rami of the pubis. Same, it runs laterally downward to get inserted on the linea aspera. And coming to actions, it will adduct the thigh at hip joint and it will also help in the lateral rotation, and innervation is of course obturator nerve. Coming to adductor magnus, this is an important muscle because it has two heads. It has an hamstring head and an adductor head. The hamstring head originates from, has I shown you the ischial tuberosity, it originates from the inferior lateral part of ischial tuberosity, and the adductor will originate from, this is the inferior rami of pubis and this is the ramus of the ischium. So it will originate from the outer part of ischiopubic rami. Coming to the insertion, hamstring will get inserted on gluteal tuberosity. It will get inserted on the posterior aspect, on the gluteal tuberosity and on the linea aspera. Coming to the adductor part, it is so easy to remember because adductor head on the adductor tubercle. Coming to action, it will help in adduction and also the medial rotation of thigh. And nerve supply of Magnus, it is so important because it has dual innervation. That is, both the hamstring and the adductor part are separately innervated by two different nerves. First thing, hamstring is innervated by the tibial part of sciatic nerve and the adductor of course by the obturator nerve. So how to remember the hamstring part which is supplied by sciatic nerve? That is, the hamstring part gets inserted on the posterior aspect of femur. So what is the chief muscle of the posterior aspect of thigh? That is sciatic nerve. So it is also so easy to remember. I hope this is clear. And coming to pectineus, it originates from the pecten pubis and the adjoining surface of the pubis. It gets inserted on, see, this is the lesser trochanter of the femur, and this from here the linea aspera will extend. So it inserts space between the lesser trochanter and the linea aspera. Coming to the action, of course it will help in the adduction of the thigh and innervation. It also has dual innervation. It is innervated by the femoral nerve and also the obturator nerve. So which both muscles has dual innervation? That is pectineus and adductor longus. Now obturator externus. Actually it lies deep to the adductor region and functionally related to gluteal region. It originates from the outer aspect of the obturator membrane and also the adjoining surfaces of the pubis and ischium. Coming to insertion, it will run posteriorly behind the neck of the femur. So you can see the dotted line here, right? That indicates it is running posteriorly. So it runs posteriorly behind the neck of the femur and it gets inserted on the greater trochanter. Coming to the action, it will help in the lateral rotation of the thigh at hip joint. Innervation is of course obturator nerve. So we are done with the muscles. There are 6 muscles: pectineus, adductor longus, adductor brevis, adductor magnus, gracilis, and also obturator externus. Okay. Now coming to the dissection view of the muscles, can you appreciate this long, thin, slender muscle which is getting inserted on the upper part of the tibia? That is gracilis. And now next muscle that is getting originated from the pectineal surface is pectineus. It is getting originated from the pecten pubis. And this muscle, thick muscle, is adductor longus. This bulky thick muscle is adductor magnus. And coming to obturator externus is this. These are the deep muscles. They can be seen only under the cut section. We are done with muscles. I think these are clear. Coming to the blood supply, first thing, heart, arch of aorta. In thorax, it is called descending thoracic aorta. In abdomen, it is called abdominal aorta. So this abdominal aorta at the level of L4, it divides into common iliac arteries. These common iliac arteries further divide into internal iliac and the external iliac arteries. So that is what is given here in the flow chart. Abdominal aorta at the level of L4 dividing into common iliac arteries, further divides into external and internal iliac artery. So the external iliac will supply to the lower limbs, and the internal iliac will supply to pelvis, perineum, and external genitalia. And you need to specifically note this, that internal iliac also supplies the medial part of thigh. Which branch of internal iliac? That is obturator artery supplies the medial part of thigh. So finally, coming to the conclusion that the medial part of thigh is supplied by profunda femoral artery, a branch of external iliac artery, and obturator artery, which is a branch of internal iliac artery. Coming to the detailed discussion of profunda femoral artery, firstly, the external iliac artery, on crossing the inguinal ligament, it continues as a femoral artery. This femoral artery gives off its largest branch called profunda femoral artery. And the branches of the profunda femoral artery are, first thing, lateral circumflex femoral artery, and the medial circumflex femoral artery, perforating branches, and the muscular branches. Before discussing about the branches, let me tell you about veins. So the profunda femoral vein will drain into the femoral vein. Coming to the branches, the medial circumflex femoral artery gives 4 branches: acetabular, ascending, transverse, and posterior retinacular. The acetabular branch will pass through the acetabular notch to acetabulum. And coming to the ascending branch, it will participate in the trochanteric anastomosis. Transverse will participate in cruciate anastomosis. Posterior retinacular branches will supply to the head and neck of femur. Coming to lateral circumflex femoral artery branches, it gives off ascending, transverse, and descending branches. Ascending transverse will participate in the cruciate anastomosis, and the descending will participate in the anastomosis around the knee joint. Perforating branches, there are 4 perforating branches. The 4th one is a direct continuation of the profunda femoral artery. Coming to the muscular branches, nothing, it's just supply the muscles. Coming to the obturator artery, firstly, common iliac artery divides into the external iliac and the internal iliac branches. Here is the obturator artery arising from the internal iliac artery. It runs towards the obturator foramina and enters through the obturator canal. So, what are the contents that passing through the obturator canal are? Obturator nerve, artery, and vein structures. The branches of the obturator artery are, it gives off muscular branches and also articulating branches to the hip joint. Coming to the vein, obturator vein will drain into the internal iliac vein. And now the clinical correlation. The profunda femoral artery will lie in the close proximity to the shaft of the femur. So if there is any fracture to the shaft of the femur, this will lead to the injury of the profunda femoral artery. This is important. And now the dissection view. One thing, the femoral artery will lie lateral to femoral vein. If this is femoral artery, this is going to be the femoral vein. And here comes the profunda femoral artery, and the branches of profunda femoral artery are, this is lateral circumflex femoral artery, this is medial circumflex femoral artery, and these are the perforating branches. I hope this blood supply is clear. Now coming to the nerve supply, the chief nerve is obturator nerve. It arises from the lumbar plexus. Its root values are L2, L3 and L4. They combine and they will pass through the obturator canal. So remember, through the obturator canal, obturator vein, artery and nerve, 3 will pass. After passing to the obturator, after descending down through the obturator canal, it divides into the anterior and the posterior division. So here is a mnemonic to remember which division, which supply, what muscles. It is POEM. P is posterior division, O stands for obturator nerve, and E is obturator externus, and M is adductor magnus. So that is what is here: obturator externus, adductor magnus, and the remaining muscles are supplied by the anterior division. The anterior division gives an articulating branch to hip joint, posterior division gives an articulating branch to knee joint, and the skin of the medial side of the thigh is supplied by anterior division of obturator nerve. Coming to the clinical correlation, what happens if obturator nerve gets damaged? It will lead to motor loss and also sensory loss. Motor loss is due to loss of adduction. This is due to the paralysis of the muscles. And coming to sensory loss, has the anterior division of obturator nerve will supply the skin of the medial side of thigh. Damage of the obturator nerve will lead to sensory loss. And coming to referred pain, as we have seen here, that anterior division gives a branch to the hip joint and the posterior division gives a branch to the knee joint. So if there is any injury, the pain will radiate from the knee joint to the hip joint. I hope this is clear. We have some questions here. First question: the chief nerve of the adductor compartment of thigh is obturator nerve. The largest branch of the femoral artery is profunda femoral artery. Rider's bone. What is rider's bone? That is adductor longus. Which muscles have dual innervation? It is pectineus and also the adductor magnus. Which artery gets damaged due to the fracture of femur bone? So which artery lies in close proximity to the shaft of the femur? That is again profunda femoral artery. Which muscles which are not attached to the femur? It is only single muscle, that is gracilis. It gets attached on the upper part of the shaft of the tibia. And now coming to the root values of the obturator nerve are L2, L3 and L4. So coming to the summary, so what we have learned in this session: the muscles, blood supply and the nerve supply of medial compartment of thigh. So there are 6 muscles. You need to know its origin, insertion, nerve supply and action. And coming to the blood supply, there are two chief arteries: profunda femoral artery and the obturator artery. It gives of medial circumflex femoral artery, lateral circumflex femoral artery, perforating branches and muscular branches. And obturator artery gives muscular and articulating branches. Coming to nerve supply, obturator nerve dividing into anterior and the posterior divisions. Posterior division, remember the mnemonic POEM, and the remaining muscles are supplied by the obturator nerve. I hope this is clear and we have come to an end.